Yo champions, today we are going to be doing a My Hero Ultra Rumble tier list. This is the Monoma updated version and let's kick it right off. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. This is it for the tier list. Now I'm playing, but Monoma deserves a tier of his own. He is the most broken character we have ever seen in this game. Okay, there's been no other character that has been like this. Monoma has no cooldowns, he can have infinite quirks, infinite combo potential. He's just disgusting. And for that reason, he gets his own tier, being Monoma tier. Okay, so let's get actually started on the tier list. So All Might, I think I'd pop All Might into S tier purely because his alpha still nukes people, his beta still nukes people as well, and then his gamma just takes no damage. Only a couple characters can, like, counter him when he's using his gamma, the tornado when he's spinning around. For example, Aizawa, Erasure, Shigaraki Alpha still hits him through it. So things like that. But other than that, All Might is a really solid character. If you know what you're doing with him, S tier. If you don't know what you're doing, then D tier. So that's the difference between, someone that knows what they're doing and is like, I am here. And then if you're a noob, then you're just not here and you belong in D tier. So All Might is going to be put into S tier. Okay, next up is All For One. Now this is a bit tricky because, All For One, he doesn't have any mobility, but you can get a quirk that has mobility, so that way you can traverse the map. But honestly, it's all down to your mechanical ability and how good you are with other characters. If you're playing All For One, you're using two quirks. You're using your own one, and you're using well, it's not even just two quirks. You can be stealing many quirks in the game. You're not like Monoma, you're not mix and matching it. So you're using All For One and then like Mirio, for example. So if you know how to use Mirio or like any other character on the roster, whoever's quirk that you just took, you might be, a demon, but I wouldn't put him anywhere past A. But All For One, I think he sits comfortably in B tier in my opinion. Next up is Strike Bakugo. Now this character is very fun. I enjoy using him personally, so I'm not going to try and be biased here. But all the other characters that we do have on this tier list are just a lot better and they deserve to be ranked higher than him. But does he deserve to be in the same bracket as All For One? That's the thing, because I think Strike Bakugo is better than All For One. But I do believe they both belong in B tier, so I want to pop him in there. But next up, might be a controversial one, but I think we can all agree Twice is S tier. Everyone has been crying for Twice nerfs because which move is it? Is it the Gamma that has insane tracking? There's a move that he has that has incredible tracking and people are crying for it to be nerfed. So we're still waiting on Twice nerfs. So Biking, for whatever reason, if any of your employees are watching this video, please nerf Twice. Okay, we need it. In fact, hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Biking, please nerf Twice. We have all been begging for it. So yeah, that is where Twice is going to go. Next up is Tech Dabi. Now, Tech Dabi, again, another very fun character to play, but is he good? No, because if he's not indoors, then what the hell is he doing? If you catch a Tech Dabi outdoors, you can completely just destroy him and he won't be able to do anything. If he doesn't have his trap set down, if he doesn't have his Gamma out, he's a sitting duck. Although the Gamma does block, incoming damage, and it can block some damage from the sky as well. Depending on the angle, right, it does block some attacks from above. It's really useful, but aside from that, if he's not indoors, he just gets absolutely destroyed. And there are some characters that just don't care if you're indoors, they'll run in on you. I'm looking at you, Rapid Bakugo, and even Tech Shoto, but we'll get into those characters later. They don't care if you're indoors, they'll pull up and they'll just nuke the hell out of you. So Dabi will go into D tier, and yeah, I think you guys will be able to agree with me on that one. Okay, next up is Mirio, who recently got his permeation nerfed. Again, the nerf was needed. Some people are saying Mirio's unplayable and they're treating it like it's the end of the world and that he's in D tier, C tier, but Mirio is still Mirio at the end of the day. Yeah, he suffered, some nerfs here and there, but I wouldn't say he's unplayable or like, he's difficult to use now. He still has, the iframes on his alpha when you fully charge it up. Permeation is still good. So in my opinion, a really good Mirio player can still cook up, here and there. So I'm still going to keep him in A tier. Yeah, I'm still going to keep him in A tier. Just because the permeation got nerfed doesn't mean the character is absolutely useless, okay? But moving on to Tech Shoto. Now, he also got nerfed as well. on his beta, so now it does less damage. But again, I still think he's a very good and solid character. Maybe before the nerfs he was in S tier, but since he did get nerfed, we are going to be popping him down into the A tier so he can join Mirio down there. Next up is Kurogiri. Now this character just has so much, you know, versatility. He is just the best support in the game, right? You know, he has the portals. His alpha recently got damaged. His alpha damage is actually kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It went from doing no damage and now it actually can threaten people, so you gotta be careful with Kurogiri's alpha. But his special action is a get out of jail free card. Just hide in a bush, your teammates can, you know, they can go and int, they can just throw their life away, and then Kurogiri, whoop, scoops you back up, and then you're back into the game. So easily because of that, he's an S tier. And don't even get me started on his gamma, right? He is just able to get so much vision. He's able to, you know, tell your teammates where the enemies are. He can ping them and you can just shoot them from a distance as well. So Kurogiri has so much in his kit that just, you know, enables him to be in S tier. So that's an easy decision for me. Next up is Present Mike. Now this character, I feel like he's heavily slept on, you know. He is one of the best in the game, in my opinion. He's one of the best. If you know what you're doing with him, so easily gets into S tier. When he's the last man standing, his punch does even more damage, right? And for those of you that don't know, he has a one-shot combo. It's beta into gamma. So if he's the last one standing, that can probably even one-shot you. So if you know what you're doing with him, Present Mike can easily be S tier. But if you don't know what you're doing with him, I'd put him into C tier. But I've seen some people cook with Present Mike in tournaments, so and for that reason, he will be getting put into S tier. And another character that will be joining him in S tier will be Strike Kirishima. He can cancel all of his moves into each other. He can go alpha into beta, so that's what people use to fly around, quote unquote, fly around with Kirishima, because all of the moves just cancel into one another. And then if you don't want to waste the percentage on your shield, just cancel it into a roll or just throw a rock. There's just so much you can do with this character. It's really fun, amazing to use, and you know, just has the ability to chase people, escape from fights, and he can just do so much on the battlefield. It's disgusting. Okay, it's a good mixture of offense and defense all into one character. Okay, next up is Aizawa. Aizawa is another unit that will be getting put into the S tier. He is still the best duelist in the game. Well, Monoma says so, not anymore, but Aizawa's the best duelist in the game. He can take your quirk, he can just stop you from playing the game. Genuinely, he can just stop you from playing the game, and then when he's ready to hit you with the alpha into, you know, the gamma or whatever combo he wants to hit you with, he will do that. So Aizawa, the best duelist, even almost the best support as well, because he can sit in the backlines and erase all of the enemy's quirks all at once, and then just let your teammates, you know, go crazy and enable them to, you know, pick up some kills and just go absolutely crazy. So for that reason, Aizawa won't be going anywhere because there won't be anyone that can do it like him. You know, he's the only one that can like erase quirks. So it's like, he won't be leaving S tier anytime soon. So easy decision for me. Okay, next up is Rapid Toga. Now, this one, she is really annoying. She's either S tier or A tier, not gonna lie. I think some people are also crying out for some Rapid Toga nerfs. I think I'm gonna put her into S tier as well. Very annoying to play against. Her gamma has so much mobility. Again, she can transform into other characters as well, so she can have more quirks to work with. Her alpha is really annoying and can shred you if you're not paying attention to your health or if you get caught off guard. So that's a really easy, you know, positioning for me to put Toga into S tier. Okay, so up next we have Bob the Builder, Cementoss. He's not S tier, and I wouldn't quite put him in A tier because I feel like, so his revives are really good, but the only issue I have with his revives, right? If you're not reviving someone that has mobility, you're trapping them in a box. There's been so many times where I'm playing a character that has like no mobility, I get revived by Cementoss, yeah, I'm happy, but because I have no mobility, I'm trapped in this box and now the enemies can just nuke me, and it's happened time and time again. But if you have mobility, cool, you can escape. But yeah, I don't know, it's very situational, and sometimes even having a Cementoss on your team, you're trying to chase people, you're trying to fight, he's blocking your vision, you know, all that cement that's just getting thrown, like it makes it really difficult to track characters and chase them down if you have a Cementoss on your team just constantly throwing bricks around. But still a very solid character, and for that reason I will be putting him into the B tier. Okay, Assault Deku. Now, this character is just shooters shoot, okay? If you're really good on Assault Deku, maybe you could, you know, be put into A tier. I think that's the highest I would go for this character. So, nah, I think the other Deku is better than Assault Deku. So I think I'd put him into B tier, actually. Very solid, very basic character. So not much really going for him, apart from the fact that, you know, he's just pinging you from across the map. But I will be putting him into the B tier. Next up, we have Strike Denki. This character has one-shot potential, so he won't be going into B tier. I feel like any character that has like one-shot potentials do not belong anywhere below A tier. If you're crazy on Kaminari, maybe you could even be put into S tier. You know, like I said, because of the special action into, you know, the triple alphas, into the dash. You know, you can just completely annihilate people. All he needs is to stun you for 1 second and then you're absolutely cooked. So I think I would actually pop him into S tier because there's so much potential with this character. And, you know, if you play your cards right, you can absolutely nuke the competition. So Denki will be getting put into... Actually, no, I think that's a bit too much. No. I'm going to put Denki into A tier. I'm going to pop him into A tier. Okay, now Hawks, the character that stays getting nerfed. Now, do I put him into A tier or B tier? That's the question. Like, Hawks is still Hawks at the end of the day, but all of these nerfs that he's getting, you know, it's starting to get to him, you know. Before, you know, he might have even been able to, you know, compete with Prime Monoma, but I don't think anyone would be able to compete with Prime Monoma. But these nerfs that Hawks is getting have just been way too much. So I think I'd even pop him... Nah, he can't be with All for One. I think Hawks is still A tier, but he's very tame, very, you know, killable, is manageable as well. So yeah, I would not put him anywhere below A tier. So Hawks can sit comfortably in this rank next to Mirio. Now, Endeavor. This character's fun to use. He has some really good damage potential, but the mobility isn't quite there and he suffers a lot from it. I feel like it's really easy to kill Endeavor players. They can't really do much. Some people have been saying Endeavor needs a buff, and I do hear it. There could be an argument made for that one, but we are going to keep him in the B tier. We don't have anyone in C tier just yet, and I don't think Endeavor quite belongs in the C tier, but we're going to be popping him into the B tier. Okay, next up is Tsuyu. Now, this character, she can go invis, she has the mobility, she can revive. So, excuse me. I think she can comfortably either go into, well, not comfortably if I'm going to be, you know, indecisive on this one. I think she can either go into A tier or B tier. Nah, I think Asui gets put into A tier purely because she can go invis, right? And then that pretty much gives her a free opportunity to revive anyone on her team, especially if you have reinforced revive as well, which is amazing. So Tsuyu easily gets put into A tier. Okay, Mount Lady, this one's tricky, okay? If Mount Lady is in the final circle, boom, S tier. She annihilates everyone in the final circle if the whole lobby doesn't decide to band against her and target her. But if she's not in the final circle, I could easily put Mount Lady in C tier. She's not really doing much because, you know, again, when she's not in the final circle, she's just getting targeted. And that giant form doesn't get much value from it either. Like, yeah, her base form is pretty cool. She can kind of, you know, do some alright damage. Her alpha is just a very watered down version of All Might's one. So, like, it's cute, but, like, it's not really doing too much. But, again, final zone, boom, S tier. So, yeah, honestly, I think I'll put her into C tier. I genuinely think I'm going to put Mount Lady in C tier because she's very dependent on if the zone is, you know, very dependent on how small the zone is. Okay, Ibara. Now, this character is really annoying. Like, if you aim in with her alpha, you can just, you know, catch people off guard. It's happened to me quite a lot of times. She's able to revive twice as well. Honestly, I feel like any character that has, like, you know, well, the supports that can, like, revive, well, Asui's not a support, but you get what I mean. But, like, characters that can revive their teammates do not belong anywhere below B tier. And Ibara does provide that for her team, but the lack of mobility and self-sustain that she has for herself might be, you know, I mean, she does have the true damage, right? She does have some good damage potential, but the lack of mobility is, for me, might put her into the C tier. but she is really good with that double revive. So for that reason, I will be putting her into the B tier purely because she is able to, you know, revive 2 of her teammates. Okay, next up is Iida. Now, this character, bro, Recipro, yeah. If you fight a good Iida that's in Recipro, easily S tier. Very annoying to kill. You cannot chase these players, okay? You have to wait until they burn out, and then once they burnt out, that's your opportunity to try and take them out. But if they have the right tuning, their special, it's not even a special action actually, but their reload is going to be really quick on that Gamma. And these players are just so irritating to deal with. You take your eyes off them for 1 second and they've already disappeared. But I don't think I'd put him into S tier. I'd put Iida into A tier as well. He's not quite S tier with Rapid Toga, but I would pop him down into A tier comfortably. Okay, Kendo, yeah, I think this is either a C tier or D tier as well. You know what? She does have some utility. I'm gonna pop her into C tier next to Mount Lady. Kirishima, base Kirishima actually, yeah, he can go into C tier as well. Very fun character. Again, he can't do anything as flying characters. If you're above him, he cannot do anything. He has to exhaust all of his quirks just to reach you, so he won't be able to do anything. Next up, Momo. She is pretty decent. The cannons can nuke you. She has a lucky bag. The alpha does pretty good damage as well. The shield, you can't attack her from the front, but from behind you can get some free hits in. But again, you know, not a really good character. I'm gonna pop her into C tier as well. Compress, he can go into, he does have to risk his life going for the revive, but a revive is still a revive at the end of the day. So I'm gonna put him into B tier. Low key, they should buff the healing he does when he puts you in his orb, in my opinion, because I think you only heal, what, is it 10 per like 1 second or something like that? I'm not too sure what it is, but they should buff it a little bit in my opinion, but nothing too crazy. But Compress does get a B tier from me. Nejire, okay, she's not the same ever since her special action got nerfed. This character is so easy to kill in the sky, it's ridiculous. Like, genuinely, this character is so easy to kill that I don't have an issue fighting any Nejire players at all. So she can easily go into C tier. I wouldn't put her into D tier, but you know, she does have some use. But yeah, she's been nerfed. That special action is not the same. She's a sitting duck in the sky. There's other characters that can challenge her, like this next guy that we're going to talk about, Rapid Bakugo. You know, we have Rapid Toga, we have Aizawa that can take her quirk away, pull out the sky as well. What else we got? We got so many characters here that just challenge her in the air, and she, you know, she's not the same as she once was. And yeah, moving on, Rapid Bakugo, very easily S tier. He might be king of the skies, okay? Well, Monoma's there, so he's the prince of the skies. So very annoying to kill. While he's like retreating, he's also doing damage, so it's really difficult to chase him down. Like, you look up and then you just see, you know, a Rapid Bakugo using his Gamma ready to take you down, so he can easily get put into S tier. Okay, next up we have Overhaul. I still don't have this character. Very fun to play. His alpha does good damage, you know, the beta, the Gamma as well. His special action, the way he's able to heal himself and his allies is really, really good. But he's still very, you know, kind of just mid. So I don't think I'd C tier. Nah, I think I'd put him into B tier. I'd put Overhaul in B tier. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable doing that. Okay, now we have Strike Shigaraki. Now this Shigaraki, I'm a little bit biased because he's one of my mains. So take this ranking with a grain of salt because I am a bit biased towards this character. Considering the characters I've put into A tier, I don't know if I would also put the Shigaraki in there as well. So for that reason, I'm going to be putting him into B tier because, you know, against any flying characters, what is he going to do? If you're in the air, Shigaraki, genuinely, he could not do nothing. He has to wait for you to land, and it's just painful. Look, if I wasn't even maining this character, I'd pop him into C tier. Genuinely, I'd pop him into C tier, but because I'm a little bit biased towards him, I am going to be putting him into B tier. And if he catches you in a building, then it's just GG's. Okay, next up, Shinso. Still a really solid character. He's getting overshadowed by Monoma. Well, everyone's getting overshadowed by Monoma. and Assault Ochako as well. But Shinso is either S tier or no. I'll put Shinso in A tier. And the reason for this is when he's doing combos, he has to stand still. And I don't think any of his attacks like shield him or give him like iframes. For example, Aizawa's Gamma, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. Aizawa's Gamma, if you attack him from the front while he's using the Gamma, you can't hit him. He's blocking the attacks with his, you know, with like the bandages, right? So I think for that reason, Shinso gets put into A tier because while he's trying to combo people, he's a sitting duck. You can easily save your teammates from a Shinso that's trying to, you know, combo your allies and just put, you know, just nip the combo in the bud. And yeah, he won't be able to continue that combo. But his beta, the fact that he has free usage of it, right? He's able to just zip around the map. He can use his beta for damage as well. Gamma can combo people, so he easily gets put into the A tier. Next up is Strike Dabi. This character is really annoying, but once you learn how to dodge his hugs, right? If you can dodge his hugs, he can't do anything. This character is no hugs, no service. Like, genuinely. If he gets, you know, if he does get a hug on you and even gets a second hug, like if you know how to, you know, time it and try to catch people, yeah, maybe you're going to A tier. But once you learn to play patiently and dodge his hugs, you know, he goes into C tier. But you have to remember, teammates are a thing and you can get comboed into the hug. So Dabi will be getting put into B tier. But the damage from the hug is disgusting. So there could be an argument to pop him into A tier. But if he's by himself, C tier, teammates, A tier. But I think because I'm indecisive, I'm going to average it out. And I'm just going to pop him into B tier for now. Strike Deku. Now, this character, if you know what you're doing, he's kind of crazy. But I think overall, he's not the greatest. I don't have too much information on this character, except for that one stream I did. There was this Japanese Strike Deku that pulled up and he absolutely slaughtered the lobby. We were just trying to have fun. No one was playing their mains. And he dropped like 12k damage or something disgusting. But I think I would put him in. I'm actually not too sure where I'd put him. So let me know in the comments where you'd put Strike Deku. Because genuinely, I'm not too sure. But for now, I will be popping him into the B tier. Okay, Tech Denki. His traps are fun. He can dash around the map. He's not better than, you know, the Strike Denki. Yeah, he has the auto-aim on his alpha. You just aim in and just, you know, snipe people. But I really don't think he's the best. I think he might be... He's not the worst quirk set. You know, the worst quirk set in my opinion. I will be giving that to Assault Shigaraki. But Tech Denki, I will be popping him into the C tier. Next up is my old main, Shoto. Well, Strike Shoto. Very fun. He can shoot through his beta. He can slide around the map with his, you know, with his ice on his Gamma. He can also shoot it out if he wants to just try and freeze people as well. So really good coverage, you know, mixture of defense and offense. Would I put him into C tier though? I don't think I would. I think he can also join the B tier with all these other characters as well. I think that's only fair. Yeah, I want to pop him into the B tier. But speaking of C tier, Tech Toga can easily take that slot. She, in comparison to her quirk set, this character is not good. Yeah, she's fun, don't get me wrong, but in comparison to Rapid Toga and all the other characters above her, she definitely belongs in the C tier. But Rapid Ochako, this character, if you're good with Rapid Ochako, you know, maybe you could be in B tier, but overall, this character alone with their kit, I think I would easily put them into the C tier, and Assault Shigaraki can join them as well. And now that just leaves Assault Ochako, and you all know where this character is going, straight into the S tier. So yeah, this is my tier list. Let me know down in the comments if you agree. I think I did a really, you know, decent job here. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, what would you change around. But yeah, Monoma is just the king of the game right now. He needs some nerfs. I don't know if they'll do like an emergency one or if they're just going to let the season, you know, ride out. But he is way too crazy right now. Hopefully we can also see some twice nerfs as well. But Champions, I hope you all enjoyed. Remember, I am doing a crystals giveaway and we're doing a tournament so you can win crystals again. All you have to do is be a subscriber and join the Discord using the link down below in the description. But champions, take care. Catch you all in the next one and peace out.
My mood has been going down. Wanna blow me, take a trip to South. I be in my room trying to figure out why the world's been so cold to me. I be OD trying to live it up. Pouring champagne out a coffee mug. Pouring champagne for my lost ones. Pouring champagne for my lost ones.